Hello, this is Future Jacob. So after recording this video, I realized that I made a couple of very, very huge mistakes, and also there are a couple of things that have happened to the channel in question, the person, and with the video itself that I was not aware was actually going to happen, and how could I? It was in the future, and here we are, Future Jacob. So if I ever have to do an intermission like this, which I will do, it will just be to express some stuff that I didn't know back then, but I do know now. Enjoy what I've recorded in the past.
Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... Today, I am going to break one of my own rules. Normally, I do not review stuff that I myself appear in, because I think sometimes that might be biased. That's a philosophy that I set out for myself some time ago. However, this is a very special occasion, because this is, I think, the first time that I have auditioned for a character, received said character, from a person that I previously did not know, on a server that I was previously not a member of, and the show hasn't been cancelled. Now that is something to celebrate, and we are here to do so today. And so, the video itself, as you can see at the bottom there, is in fact unlisted, because we VAs got early access to it. It is called My Endless Hope, Gacha Club Mini-Movie, Microphone emoji, voice acted. I like that microphone emoji, actually. I'm going to use that from now on. You know what? That's a good idea. Oh, and of course there's also Milky Way Army, Mimi XD, and Gacha Mimi. Which I feel like was taking viewership away from the other Mimi, but there you go. This is another Mimi, actually, not the same one as before, Mimi XD. I'm just reading the description because there's a lot here to process. I haven't uploaded in ages! Honest, I thought this movie was going to take 5 days to make and edit, but no! Almost been a month. Well, I mean, it is a mini-movie, you know, emphasis on the movie part of it. OMGGG, thanks for watching, this took forever. I haven't watched it yet, but you're welcome nonetheless. OMG, fog. I have so much respect for mini-movie makers, especially if they are voice acted. Thank you all for being patient with me, and thank you to these superb voice actors in this movie. And as you can see, there are a few of them down here, and look, there I am, right there. I gave no other credit than my YouTube because pretty much I have shunned every single other form of social media, so there you go! Alright, enough dilly-dallying. Let's see if this is worth all of the hype. Let's see if the effort itself has paid off. It probably will. I've seen some of her stuff before. It's pretty good. But we're going to find out today. So, without further ado, on with the review. Mimi's used that song a lot, so frankly, I'm surprised. After all this time, her channel's still not demonetized. And she's also got 2 watermarks, apparently. Look, one on the left and one on the right. I feel like that's a bit of overkill. I'm sorry, but I just love that opening right off the bat. It might have nothing to do with the actual series, but, you know, it just makes it seem like, yes, there is a world. This takes place within a world. I love those anime openings. Ever since I watched Midori Stories is Not Your Average Girl, that's something that I've tried to incorporate into my stuff, which is why you saw some of that in The Mutant Girl beforehand. This is probably custom made. It looks custom made. I mean, it's pretty good nonetheless. If it isn't custom made, it's very well sourced. That being said, I have read the script, and I feel like that opening might be a little bit too cheerful for the subject matter at hand, but we'll see.
Don't you just love the summer?
Was that meant to be a thought track? Okay, well, again, normally I say this to people, that if you want to do, like, a thought, have it be a little bit echoey, just to make sure. Not that it's confusing, because her mouth wasn't moving, but we'll see now. Oh, they've actually put the stage directions in here. Okay, interesting choice. I say that because I've watched some of her other stuff, in fact some stuff that hasn't actually been released yet, and that's not how she normally uses the narrators, so let's see how that goes. I'll read that out. Lilia smiles, her eyes sparkling. She closes her eyes as the warm summer wind brushes by, her hair flying in the wind. Try not use the wind and wind in the same sentence. You know, her hair, some wind brushes by, her hair flying in the wind. Wind, 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 wind. Flowers. She looks at the wild flowers with bright warm colours that could melt her. The precious fragile roses in capital letters with vibrant colours.
Roses are so beautiful, but can make someone bleed red. The Elender is such a beautiful flower. Its warm, rosy colors are welcoming.
Wait, that can make someone bleed red? I forgot. I think this character is kind of young, so just bear that in mind.
They attract attention, but they are deadly. So simple, yet so beautiful.
Hang on, they're deadly? Wait, they have poisoned roses in a garden? No way. Okay, that I'm not letting fly. Poison roses in a garden. Who has that kind of maintenance, and why is it like that? She smiles to herself as she looks up to the sky. The sun filling the sky. Again, sky and sky, wind and wind, with its warm glimmer. Yeah, just try and not be so redundant with particularly paragraphs and sentences that happen one after another. Sometimes it can't be avoided, but in this situation, I feel like there's other ways around this. Just like the flower.
The big snow-white marshmallows in the sky look so gentle and soft, like big cotton candy.
I'm wondering if she's actually talking out loud right now, if she's actually still in thought, because I've seen Mimi do some, like, the moving mouths in Gacha. I would have thought that would be what she does, but apparently not. I'm not really sure what's going on right now.
It lets your imagination run wild.
Lilia gets up and starts to skip home. She looks to her side as she walks in, taking the warm air. And admiring the divine view of summertime. You know what I have respect for right here? The extras. Yes, the extras and the background. Like I said, it makes the world look so much more inhabited in. And I wish that I could dedicate the time to actually make things look this good, and kind of also know what I'm doing. So, again, on a technical level, this is something to behold. Story-wise, not sure yet, but it is only 2 minutes in out of a 27-minute video, so not going to draw too many conclusions just yet. See, it's detailed. That being said, the reflection is actually coming out of the water. So close. So close. Butterflies with vibrant colours, ocean blue, green like emeralds, yellow like the sun. Beautiful butterflies reappear, flying around her, her smile ear to ear. Oh, there we go, some rhyming in there. That's always going to gain points with me. My question, though, is why are the butterflies following her inside? Like, what the heck? I don't think there's anything supernatural about this character, so the fact that butterflies gravitate towards her might be a little bit overkill as a visual. Might be.
How is it my fault?
You need a better job. You never listen to me.
What do you mean I never listened to you?
We can't.
Okay, first of all, yes, that is me as the dad, but second of all, The butterflies fade away, and her world goes dull as if it's winter already. Well, first of all, the butterflies are still there, but also, I was gonna ask later on why it is that there's no narrator character that was going through all this. If you're gonna have so much dialogue in a voice-acted project, you might as well hire a narrator as another voice actor. That's my question. But now I can kind of see if it's supposed to if we're supposed to go over the top of some of the arguments or some of the dialogue in general, that's gonna distract because I mean, yes, I'm pausing this because it's a review, but for general people, you can't watch it all the way through without pausing to see what you're missing out on. Either that or you're drawing focus from two different places when it should really be on one.
To keep her, George.
To keep everything
You
about her
never
in my
listen
mind,
to me.
and I'm just
Keep who, Mommy?
no one.
School was so fun today. Mika and Connie and I got gold stars for keeping our arts and crafts table really neat.
You've got a friend called Kami? Someone named their child God. That's perfect.
Darling, we have to talk with you.
What's wrong, Mommy?
Lilia.
George,
Did we just fade to the same scene? Okay. Random.
Why do you always cut me off?
I never cut you off.
Oh, really? You just...
You were going to
I love that. I love that exchange. I love the interruption between those lines. Like when I was recording those lines, I was thinking, yeah, this is gonna look really funny in the actual thing. I don't know if it looks funny necessarily, it just looks tragic right now, but that's a good reaction nonetheless.
Lilia, your father and I have been making a few plans.
plans? Like vacation plans?
Well, something like that.
Yay! Where are we going? Oh, I'm not coming, am I?
Sweetie, I got a new job offer. It is said to pay employees very well. Your mother is going to help look for a new, suitable house for us.
Okay, now that we've seen that the actual character's moving, yes, the mouths don't move. And I wonder why, because that's a downgrade in visuals that Mimi did not need.
I have a new house?
Yes, it's a chance for something new.
A fresh start.
For all of us.
Really?
Would we ever lie to you?
No, of course not. You're my parents.
To be fair, they're not actually lying right now, I don't think. I think everything they're just saying is being very careful with the actual truth, which I feel like is a lot cleverer than just a simple lie.
Our very good friend Mrs. Dunphy works and owns an orphanage for little children.
Oh, isn't an orphanage a home where they keep people without mommies and daddies? My friend told me it's a place where parents dump their kids. They don't want to look after them anymore.
Ooh, look at her guilty face. She caught you. That's the thing. Kids are smart, you know? They'll catch on to these things.
Hey, that's not true.
But it's different for me, right? He will come back for me because you're my mommy and daddy, right?
Oh, yes, sweetie. Definitely.
We will never abandon you. We promise.
Oh, that's a slight cap. Oh, of course, symbolism. Yeah. It's a shame it's actually too far down to read in a pause, but then again, that's what most gachas have as a problem.
All right, your father and I will be gone for a couple nights. And once we've found a new house, we'll be
I love that hat and coat, actually.
on our way to pick you up and take you home. Right, George?
Okay, see, now they're lying. Also, I like I like how the different sizes of these kids. Look, some of them are twice the size. I feel like that's a very sad visual of an orphanage where some people, just get left off and they never actually get adopted. It happens a lot, and it's something you see in a lot of orphanage-related stories.
Here are your things.
I thought I was only staying for a couple nights.
Wait, did they pack her bag without her even noticing what was in there? Wow. They are heartless.
So this means we
Not
have...
even answering! Okay, yeah, granted, I didn't have any more lines after that, but the mum tends to talk more than the dad in this story, but I thought there was going to be at least something there. I've forgotten some of this stuff. Wow. That is a whole other level of neglect right there.
Have to give her a nice and warming welcome. Right, Dallas?
Whatever.
Mommy? Daddy?
Oh, goody! She's arrived. Don't forget to smile, everyone.
Wait,
They didn't even drop her inside, like, to make sure that she got in safely. Like, come on.
Bye.
From a distance, Lilia could still faintly see the silhouette of her parents' car. And we can also see the faded suitcase that is over the top of the extras.
Why are they in such a hurry?
Why is this suddenly captioned?
Hello, you must be Lilia.
Who are you?
I'm Miss Dunphy, the owner of this orphanage for children like yourself.
I'm not an orphan.
Oh. Never mind.
Was she not even briefed on the situation? I mean, yes, she got called... Wait a minute, no, that doesn't make sense, because she must have gotten called by the parents. Because she knows Lilia's name, so she knew that she was coming. She knew she was not an orphan. Like, that was a very weird turn of phrase, even for her, like for the character supposed to be the caring and understanding one.
Hi.
Hello!
I'll go unload your things.
Wait, what? No, you are not going to unload her things. You... If my character couldn't even lift that bag, there's no chance you're going to. Sorry. Better luck next time.
That won't be necessary.
Oh, why so?
Because you must have just dumped them outside, but I don't know. Because you didn't even bring them in.
Because I'm only staying here for a couple nights. My parents are coming back for me. They said so themselves. So you can save yourself the trouble.
Okay, you might be wondering why you zoomed in on that character, but if I remember correctly from the script, it has a reason. I'll come back to it.
Gee, have I heard that line before?
If your parents are coming back for you, then why are you here?
Well, she has to be there as some reason for them to come back in the first place.
Why don't you guys go help Tracy make dinner in the kitchen?
Okay, Mrs. D.
And again, so small details of like the one kid like pulling somebody by the hands, like that is just endearing, I must say. At least it doesn't seem like a cruel orphanage, for crying out loud. It's got some charm to it, at the very least.
Do you like cooking, Lilia?
No, I just want to go home. The stars, they're brighter than ever this week.
I just realized something. With that transition, I just got reminded, there's no soundtrack for this. Like, that's interesting enough, you know. Apart from the music that I thought would get demonetized at the very beginning, we've actually not had, like, any music, really, for this. I don't remember if there was at the beginning, but it's not like there's background stuff or anything. I mean, given how overcrowded the visuals can get with the narration or such, you know, I would have thought the sound would be the same.
Mommy and Daddy love stargazing with me. They'll be back for me. I know it.
Oh, wait, actually, no, hang on a second. There is, right there, there was just, like, some subtle music, which I feel like there should be a much more melancholic soundtrack, but, you know, there's still at least some background. Anyway, with Lilia's visible hope that her parents will be coming back for her, she stays up every night for the next month, waiting for their arrival. I was just going to say that her hair, the hair growing like that symbolizes, you know, the wife just doesn't want to accommodate herself there. That she's out of her own element, and it's like they put it back again. I guess Miss Dunphy finally got fed up and decided to cut it herself or something.
Where are you, Mommy? Where are you, Daddy? They said they weren't going to be gone for too long. It's been over a month.
Every day she waited, and every day she grew less hopeful. I'm guessing that's why it's called My Endless Hope.
What's wrong, Lilia?
What's wrong? Okay, I get that you're like 3, but have you not been there for like the past 3 months?
I want to go home.
But this is your home now.
Yeah, it's our home.
No!
Good grief, those two are so unsubtle. Like, come on, it's like, oh yeah, but this is your home. You're one of us now. You will never leave. Never, ever, ever. I mean, there's not having tact, and then there's like an elephant's paw smushing you down.
Lola, why is it such a bad thing to be an orphan? Yeah, is there something wrong with us?
No, there's nothing wrong with us. It's...
Lilia doesn't want to be our friend. Because we're different.
Guys, don't forget what Mrs. Dumpy has always told us.
But we don't have a family.
Yes, we do. Why, Sarah, you have me and Luke, Adam, Jackson, and everybody here. It doesn't matter if we're not related by blood. What matters is, you love us, and we love you.
Okay, so as an adopted person myself, I can really resonate with that. That is a very good message. You know what, Lola, you're getting points with me.
And you too, Luke. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Both of you. We're family, okay?
You mean it?
Forever.
The next day, one of them gets adopted, and they're off forever. I'm joking, that doesn't actually happen, but honestly, maybe it should. That would be an interesting subplot. I don't know.
Whoa, Lilia, what's going on?
I want my mommy and daddy. Why aren't they here?
Lilia.
They promised to come back for me. Are they really not coming back?
Oh, Lilia, you poor thing. Why don't I tell you a little story, huh?
A story? Sure.
Would you like a little snack before I begin?
Just so you know, before this proceeds, when I read this was my favorite scene. Let's see how it's represented, but I'm very intrigued right now.
Oh, I'm good, thank you. Are you okay, Mrs. D?
Aha! I found it.
Headphones in the kitchen sink. As you do. Headphones.
Headphones?
Headphones.
Headphones?
We're just saying headphones, and the narrator already said headphones. If you're gonna have a narrator, use them. If you're gonna have a narrator, hire a voice actor as well, but you know, other story.
Headphones?
Yes, headphones.
I don't understand.
These aren't just any type of headphones.
Right.
Right.
Oh, they're special because they're gacha headphones, right?
No.
If only there were such a thing. Actually, no, there are. What am I talking about?
Oh, Lilia, darling. These are special. They were a little girl's getaway from all her parents' problems.
I don't understand.
There was once this girl. Long-haired, freckle-faced, jet raven black hair, pale skin with rosy cheeks, almost like Snow White. Instead, her hair was long and silky, and her soft eyes were enchanting. Her parents fought a lot, whether it was about who was going to keep her or money. No one likes to see their parents fight. Parents are like superheroes in children's eyes. but they really
Okay, so again, this is almost like a not fully voice acted thing if you're gonna have the actual captions at the top there. I mean, maybe it kind of fits, maybe it kind of doesn't.
Hello, so it's Future Jacob. Remember me? I said I was going to do this. Well, basically, at this very point, I realized the reason I like this scene so much is based on something that Mimi herself said was her bread and butter, which is music videos. As it turns out, this is actually an adaptation, an expansion, if you will, of the music video Older that she made. In fact, actually, a few of the scenes from this are taken shot for shot and remade in this new mini-movie without some of the original dialogue. So now I can kind of see why there's some sort of overwhelming text that was there before, because that was what was in the original music video rather than voice acting. So honestly, I can kind of see where that's coming from now. So it doesn't really take away from the fact that I still enjoy it as a whole. It just makes my confusion a little less justified. So yeah, back to the video.
really aren't heroes. They are human, just like the rest of us. They are broken. You can't expect a human to be perfect. They were nowhere near being perfect. Some people find reading as a way to escape reality. Or sometimes going online helps others too. For the little girl, she wore her headphones and listened to music. The music drowned the ongoing screaming and yelling from her parents. Putting on the headphones was like entering a whole new world, peaceful. Everything was just fine. Like the movie Coraline.
Or the movie Aladdin, where a whole new world is from. I don't know.
There is no perfect family.
Mrs. Dunphy, what happened to the girl? Where is she now?
Well, she has a good family now. She loves helping children. She couldn't be any happier.
Are you the girl, Mrs. Dunphy?
Okay, you didn't need to say that. Like, that was the point when I read the script, when I thought, that line really does not need to be there. Like, you already had... Even in the script itself, you could tell where that story was going. Like, it was so well crafted that, you know, even without the visuals, you can make sense of it. But yeah, like I said, that was my favorite scene to read. And, you know, now seeing it represented there with the captions, the two intertwining backstories and the visuals, all it needed, again, was music. A soundtrack can really make the difference. But other than that, just on its own right there, I feel like that alone is worth the price of admission, which is nothing because it's YouTube, but, you know, it's worth watching it just for that one scene alone. So yeah. Not that I'm going to say don't watch the rest of it. You know, I'm sure I'm going to have a link in the description and in the iCard for this at some stage in the video. But yeah, pay attention to that one, because that one, I feel like if I just having the intertwining backstories and also the message as well that parents aren't perfect and you shouldn't idolize somebody to the point of completely worshipping their every move, because that can lead you down a dark path. You know, you've got to be able to make your own choices. You know, be your own person. And having talked to some people online who, indeed, as Miss Dunphy is saying there, are in fact escaping from such problems, sometimes parent-related, a lot of the time parent-related, that's what they have to get told as well. Like, that's something that I try and tell them when they open up to me, for example, you know, that you can't, you know, live your life just, you know, expecting to be able to conform to what everyone else wants you to be. Not living your life in someone else's shadow, trying to mold yourself in their image. You know, your image is already beautiful enough, and I feel like this gets that across really, really well. So, I tip my hat to you, Mimi XD, for that scene alone. Well, let's watch the rest of it.
Good night, Lilia.
What the heck? She didn't even fall into him. She just like tripped and fell immediately as he came there. The classic anime pratfall. Can't beat it.
You're always crying.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. We just got done with someone stating the obvious. We don't need you to do it.
What? Do you expect me to be like the rest? Treat you like a princess?
Picking on the younger kids, are we?
That's your thing.
Well, looks like it became yours instead of mine.
I love how that, on his face, it seemed like it just dawned on him right there what he was doing. And yet, this is the first time that we've seen this character have his own scene. Like, he was in the previous one before. I think he's Dallas, right? This is the first time that we've seen Dallas really on his own. And that's supposed to hit us. I don't know. Okay. Again, look at that picture. Family being very strong, even if Dallas himself is very unapologetically miserable in that picture. But there you go, there's always one kid that's forced into every family photo. And I refuse to smile. Sometimes that was me, to be honest. Wow. It's actually been a long time since I've seen gacha characters Naruto run. Almost since the days of Gacha-verse, quite honestly. Gacha-verse, early Gacha life was when I last saw that become a thing. I guess now with all the running poses, they've put it back. So there you go. Welcome back, Naruto Run. We in the Gacha community have missed you.
Dallas, I was so close to catching her.
Yeah, where's Lilia's room?
Why do you want to go to Lilia?
Do you really need to know?
Well,
I mean, you want to know where her room is, so exchange of information.
Dally.
Don't call me Dally.
Right. You aren't the kindest person.
That's not true.
You were just going to upset her.
Suddenly this kid becomes smart out of almost nowhere. Fair enough.
I'll get Mrs. D to let us go to the park if you tell me where her room is.
Fourth hallway on your left, walk straight to the second door on the right.
Never mind!
Good doing business with you.
What do you want?
I wanted to say that you were upset and I shouldn't have made it worse.
Is that your way of saying sorry?
I didn't say sorry.
Get out!
Just hear me out, okay?
See, when someone wants to throw something in gacha, I'm guilty of this myself, but you can never get the speed right.
It's the ballpark, hitting balls with a bat.
No matter how many times you try, it just always ends up being too slow. And I don't know why. That's just a thing that happens.
Why do I even bother?
My pillow!
Yeah, close enough.
I hate this household. Just a few more days, and Daddy and Mommy will be here. I just know it. What do you want?
No need to bite. We have good news.
It's my parents. They're here.
Luke told Lola and Sarah that Dallas and him are going out to the park.
Ronald would like me to tell you that Seamus told him that Dean was told by Parvati.
And Sarah told Tracy, who told me.
Aren't you excited? A day at the park.
What?
A day at the park, silly.
Spread really, really fast there. In fact, actually no, word spread too fast there, because Dallas was the one who promised that he was going to say something, and he hasn't actually gone and done it yet. So, I guess he got off scot-free from his bargain, because it's happening anyway.
Just a day at the park? It wasn't about my parents? I love nature, but I can't be happy without my family. I'm not coming.
What do you mean you're not coming? Everyone loves the park.
You can do this, honey.
I'm doing it! I'm doing it!
Here we go. We have a musical transition here. In fact, actually, wait. Have I know this track. Have I used it before?
Why aren't you with the others?
Why are you here?
I just realized that shirt logo there has been on every single piece of clothing she's had so far. I mean, maybe she's shopped at the same brand and has just kept everything ever since, but that's oddly specific.
Thought you weren't coming. It's a beauty, isn't it?
What?
Mother Nature. Natural beauty. In nature, nothing is perfect and everything is perfect. Trees can be contorted, bent in weird ways, and they're still beautiful. Alice Walker. If you look deep into nature, your problems to solve and you might understand things better.
Wow, out of all people, I certainly didn't think you would know so much about nature.
There's a lot of things you don't know about me.
Like what?
Believe it or not, but I don't really have that many friends.
Believable.
I mean, he walked into that one. Come on. Believe it or not, you've known me for what, like 4 months now? Yeah, clearly she hasn't noticed anything about him. I mean, we the audience haven't, certainly, apart from what we just saw, but she definitely must have done.
Have you noticed that Adam and I fight a lot?
Well, you kind of fight with everybody. But yeah, I have noticed.
Again, not that we the audience have seen that, but at least we're getting a tell, don't show, which is the complete opposite of what you should do, but there you go.
Why do you hate him so much?
Hate is a strong word. But it's normal for siblings to fight a lot. Or so I've heard.
Wait, you're brothers? But you look nothing alike.
I said we're brothers, not identical twins.
What?
A fair point.
What happened?
When we were sent here, I didn't speak to anyone. I had many problems. I was extremely stressed and alone. That was a lot to handle, and it was all his fault.
You're an orphan because of him?
When we were younger, Adam and I were really close. Two peas in a pod. Our parents had busy lives. Mom always on the phone, and our father rarely ever came home. Mom said he goes out to have a drink most nights and never comes back till the next morning, so Adam and I barely knew our parents that much. Even though we lived in the same household, we'd never had quality time together, as a family. Despite the presence of our parents, Adam and I always had each other's backs.
So, you both were good?
I thought that the scars that he's got on his face and like the X as well would have been some sort of like result of a fight that he had or something like that. But no, clearly in that photo he seemed to have them already. So I'm confused. Is that just like an aesthetic thing? Is he supposed to be like the the damaged bad boy and have that whole visual? Is it just that, or is there an actual story behind his injury? Because I'm curious now.
Good?
The story's not over yet. I still didn't explain how he got us sent here. My brother didn't have the greatest friends. Me, I preferred staying alone. But his friends were horrible. A bad influence. They made him do awful things, and sometimes made me do them as well. And if we didn't do them, they'd have some kind of leverage held against us.
I've said it before, but subtle details like that, the shadows, great visual.
Because of them, Adam and I got in a severe amount of trouble. Most involving the police. The police wouldn't take too much action as we were underage, but they gave us plenty of warnings. My parents knew about the warnings, but they didn't give much notice to it.
Oh wait, no, the father's got the X there as well. Is that like a birthmark that's like inherited? I don't know why I'm fixated so much on this, but it's such an odd detail that you don't see on many characters. I genuinely want to know about that.
Until one day we pulled a stupid prank in a local supermarket. Adam and
taped a piece of paper to somebody's face and they didn't notice. Bravo, great prank.
his peers attempted to rob all the money there. I stood and kept guard like I was told. The security cameras caught everything. Sure, we were just kids at the time, but that prank was the last prank we ever pulled. The police contacted social services immediately. Our parents were so incredibly ignorant and obsessed with their own life. They couldn't even take care of their own kids.
Wow, I'm sorry, Dallas.
If it wasn't for Adam, I wouldn't even be in this godforsaken place.
I don't think it was Adam's fault.
Did you not hear a single word I've been saying for the past 2 minutes?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, yes, the friends were a bad influence, but he also let himself be influenced. And I have a feeling that Adam is the older brother, so that might have also translated into, peer pressure on Dallas's part. Just imagining that's the case.
I meant partly. It was your choice of friends.
Yeah, Adam's choice of friends.
But maybe...
Okay, that line delivery, I haven't commented on the voice acting yet, because honestly, it's pretty good all round. Like, everyone was cast really appropriately well, and I feel like Mimi did a really good job deciding who got what roles. The only reason I'm going to point out that line there is because I'm pretty sure that in the actual script, it was more like, yeah, Adam's choice of friends, like the emphasis was on the Adam's choice. Once again, trying to shift the blame away from him, because that's his coping mechanism. So just saying, I think that was the intention there.
Think about how Adam might feel. He has to live with the tiniest guilt that he may have been the reason his brother will never have the same life he had before. That he will never forgive him.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why you should talk about your problems, because sometimes you might find people have different perspectives that can help you out. Just saying.
Hey, look! It's Sheeps!
Huh?
Come on, Dallas!
Wait for me!
Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa.
Wow, they didn't just go to the park, they actually got the whole movie to themselves. Again, this is a pretty good orphanage, I must say.
Whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see. Honey, I'm a perfect 10.
Wait. No. Hang on. Go back. What the heck is that bird? I mean, we had some pretty good butterflies, we had a plane before, and now we have a random pink bird flying across the first establishing shot that we got in the whole mini-movie. Yeah, I don't know about that now. Why does that stick out so much to me? Yeah.
Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10.
She tried. Okay, I will say that I like the fact, sometimes it's just like a weather change that can be used for patches of time. I don't know if people remember this, but in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the movie, one of the choices that Alfonso Cuarón made was having the Whomping Willow shots be an establishing of time, because obviously trees change their appearance during different seasons. It's actually a lot better than sometimes just saying like 4 months, no, 3 months. Or like week 1, week 2 from before. I kind of prefer that, honestly. I feel like you couldn't have done that in the previous scene with like the whole transition of her waiting at the window. That would have been much more difficult to do. But there, I must say, it works quite well. So I'm glad that the whole time card and the display of captions was not kept, because that's an improvement.
Yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face.
Ugh, Luke, where are you taking me?
Wait, no, hang on. Are those two just like sliding across the screen, just talking to each other? Like, watch this.
It's a surprise.
There! What's going on there?
Hey! Oh, it's you.
Lilia, what is this? Why did you bring us both here?
You guys are brothers. It's so hard watching you both not get along.
So what? Directing us into the same spot isn't going to change anything.
Dallas, please forgive Adam. Please.
Don't bother, Lilia. I'm going back to the rest.
Wait! Have I told you I got separated from my twin brother?
Oh, so the captions for lines that might not have turned out as well. That line might have been a little bit slurred, otherwise without actual caption there. But that's an interesting idea, because I mean, I have done that before with my voice actors. So I guess that kind of makes sense.
After my mommy and daddy's death, they sent my brother and aunt to different orphanages. Separated. You are lucky. You and Dallas are able to see each other every day. So please cherish them until it's gone.
Again, I feel like that character, Luke's his name, right? He gets smart, like, at very random intervals. It's interesting. It reminds me of a character from The House of Bernarda Alba, which is a play that was written in 1936. It was very symbolic because it actually sealed the fate of the author. There's like a whole backstory to that. Point is, there's actually a character in that one, which I think is Maria Josefa, who is the grandmother. She is 80 years old, and she is mostly senile, but she's used as her madness, it seems, actually has like some sort of wisdom behind it, and she knows certain things almost even before they're going to happen. She can see what's going to happen to these characters before they themselves realize it, and because she's dismissed all the time, it ultimately ends up happening.
Dallas, I'm sorry.
Go, go, go! Come on, Luke!
Oh, also, I like the fact that it wasn't Lilia entirely that sorted this problem out herself, just because it happened to be her that Dallas opened up to. Well, it does raise the question as to how many people she told, because if Luke found out, then potentially lots of other people knew. But there you go.
It was my fault. I take the blame. I did everything our friends told us because I just wanted to fit in. And we tagged you along because we knew you didn't have too many friends.
And then we stop having moving mouths again. Why does that go back and forth? I'm still confused about that.
You might not care, but ever since it was said that we were being sent here, I did everything I could to make sure I would take the full responsibility. I tried. I really did. I know we fight a lot, and I'm aware you might probably never forgive me. I just wanted to tell you.
Wait!
Come on, Luke!
Do you think we'll be able to see them from here?
Totally!
I mean, Adam can certainly hear you from there, otherwise why cut back to him? Oh, we're back to narration again. The story was sustaining itself so well for so long. I was surprised that this came back towards the very, very end. But oh well, back to narrating, I guess. From a distance, Lilia could faintly hear something. Someone.
Aw, who's a good dog?
Well. I wasn't expecting it to end on a cliffhanger like that. When I say I read the script for this, I do mean that it was like the elements that, you know, I got pinged for, which was just my lines. Because unlike other gacha tubers who will write their stuff in Google Docs, Mimi instead decided to post different parts of the script on Discord and do them scene by scene. I mean, it's an interesting idea, certainly. I wonder if that made everything much more organized for her. But there you go. Apparently, that's how that ended up, and I guess we get a cliffhanger. I mean, yeah. So I guess final thoughts. Honestly, I'd say that was pretty brilliant. I was wondering towards the end how this was all going to end up being wrapped up, and I guess if this is going to be something to continue, or even just have an open ending like that. If it doesn't even continue, it might not. But if it has an opening like that, it certainly means that everything kind of worked. You get to wonder what happened next, even if it doesn't actually carry on. Not to say I wouldn't like to see more of this, because I am definitely invested in the story, and I was throughout. Like, as much as there were like many tiny little elements that might have not made the story work as well, and towards the beginning I wasn't entirely sure of how it was going to be. Like, at the very beginning I said the story I wasn't completely sold at, but the visuals I was. But no, towards the end I really think that they actually really worked together. And yes, I was talking much more about the visuals rather than the story, because I mean, honestly, a lot of the stuff that I was picking out was just nitpicks, because obviously no story is perfect, but this one is most certainly pretty great. And as for commenting more on visuals and story, honestly that also makes sense, because I mean, this is a visual medium. Like, YouTube is a visual medium, so the fact that more details stand out when they're being shown to you rather than just being told in dialogue is actually really commendable. And I can say this, there weren't any stage directions in the actual script that we were sent. Maybe we were given a separate one and she had one that was stashed somewhere else. But that left everything as a complete surprise as to how that was going to be laid out. And it was, I must say, a completely welcome surprise. Like, I enjoyed this from beginning to end. As far as Mimi said before about having respect for movie makers, I now have that exact same respect towards you. In fact, much more so, because this mini-movie in particular, you can see where all of the effort went. And it went into every element, except soundtrack. Again, there should be more of a soundtrack. I'm going to say this more, soundtrack. But other than that, that's like a solid like 9.5. If I were to, I'd never grade these, but if I were to, it'd be a solid 9.5 at the very least. So honestly, I really enjoyed it, and I really look forward to seeing more. And also, I look forward to working with you on other projects in the future, Mimi.
Okay, last but not least, Future Jacob again. So after this video actually did end up going public in the end, I realized that Mimi had left a comment, and in that comment she said that she was actually considering deleting her channel at one point after this video. I saw people saying this was the last video that she was going to make, and from what I understand, it's her last video for a while. I don't quite know what that means. I do know she was rushing to get this done because she was going back to school, so potentially a long while might translate into a long while, depending on what she wants to do. And yes, I can understand sometimes how YouTube can become such a pressure, and it would have detriments on like your stability or even your health sometimes. I can understand why that is. I just feel like it's even more important to appreciate how good this video actually is, and how well crafted and put together it actually is, because that's the high note that you're leaving on. And Mimi, you are leaving on a high note. But that being said, don't delete your channel. I mean, yes, you've said in the comments that you've had 2 to 3 really good memories, but the thing is, people also have those good memories of watching you. So yeah, don't consider deleting your channel. Please do not do that, because while I myself have not watched many of your videos, I know that countless people have. And, they've got their memories, and you've got your memories, and you've documented said memories for the future that you can look back on fondly. But yeah, just don't remove them is what I'm saying. Because, they're pretty good. That's what I've been saying the whole video. This is good. I like this one. Maybe I'll check out some more stuff that you've done in the past. Maybe I'll have something I've document the Mimi experience or something. But then again, that's for the future. Just know that, the people that really love and appreciate what you do will definitely not love and appreciate if all of that work goes to waste. So, just throwing that out there. Anyway, back to the outro.
Anyway, I'm rambling once again. I'm going to leave this here. I've been going on for long enough. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope if anyone watches the video, then they enjoy that even more so, because trust me, you will. So yeah, please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters. Subscribe if you are new, and on that note, until next time, farewell.